Hello, vinyl community. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. I have a few things to show. I thought I'd do a recent finds video and also talk for just a minute about the man that's playing behind me, which of course is David Bowie, playing pin-ups behind me. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not, but I actually heard about his passing before I went to bed on Sunday night, which, I don't know, I couldn't really get to sleep. It's really odd. I'm not a huge Bowie fan, and I was listening to Mr. Mayo talk about him today a little bit on his video, Joe, and I think for me I figured out why it seems to matter so much, whereas, Lemmy died a week ago, and, it's too bad Lemmy died, but it's not the same. And I think, for me, and for people of my age, at least, around there, me and Joe are about the same age, there's always been a David Bowie in our lives. I mean, as soon as we started listening to music, there was a David Bowie in our lives. And it's not true with Lemmy, and it's not true with some other people. They're around, but we didn't know about them. But, it's almost like, George Harrison died, or not Ringo. Ringo's still alive. John died. It's not quite, but it's sort of that. It's just David Bowie's always been there, and now he's not, so there's a big hole where David Bowie was. I mean, in my life, there's always been David Bowie. So, like everyone else, my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and his loved ones, and all the people all around the world that loved him. It was sad. Like most people that aren't huge fans, I did not know he was ill. In fact, I had just watched a video from his latest album, and about 10 minutes later, I found out he was gone. And I don't know what made me watch the video. I'm not really interested in his new album. It's just one of those things, I guess. I don't know, like Joe was saying, maybe sometimes you just know. I don't know. Anyway, I have a few recent finds I'm going to show. So I'll just get started with that. 145, an EP from Record Store Day last time. The Kinks, Size Session. It's got 4 songs on it. It's still sealed. I got it for just a few bucks, so I bought it. I haven't bought the other ones yet. There was another one last Record Store Day. I haven't got that either. I only picked this one up. I'm not a completist. I'll collect this stuff when I can, when it's cheap enough. I'm not paying $13.99 for it, and I paid about a quarter of that. That'll do. Anyway, Kinks, Size. There's the track listing. Got this pretty cheap too, and I kind of wanted it. I scanned it on YouTube and liked it when I heard Tori Amos. I liked her last couple, actually. Unrepentant Geraldines. Yeah, that's it. I've not heard it yet. It just came, but I am looking forward to it. And it is a double vinyl, and again, this was like 13 or something. I got it like really cheap, so give it a try. Let's hope it's good. I shouldn't even show this. I don't even want to talk about this. This was supposed to be an original master copy, and clearly it's the Sunday's reissue. Which I already have, so I'm not going to do anything about it. It's also one of the albums that came in that terrible box that I showed you on the last video. Everything else was a good enough deal that I don't care. I have an extra in contest fodder, or somebody will get it that needs it or whatever. If you need it, let me know. Work something out. It's in nice shape and everything. It's got a slight bit of album wear right around there, but it's pretty nice shape. Second thing that came in that box, the Sound City soundtrack. I've heard very little on this except the Paul McCartney song, which is rocking, but it's not great. But again, picked it up really cheap. Like the inner here with the mixing board. This is a Dave Grohl project from the movie. Have not seen the movie. I know I need to. But heard the movie is awesome. There you go, the Sound City soundtrack. But this was the cool thing I really wanted. The Clash Hits Back. This is a 3-record set based on a set list they did at the Casbah Club in 1982 on July 10th. And there's the set list. It's not live. It's just the studio tracks from that show in that order, which is kind of a cool thing to do. It's a 3-record set, and I'll show you one record because one of the other reasons I got it is you won't be able to see it. It's on marbled pink vinyl, which is really cool. So I was really glad to get that, and again, I got all 3 of these at a really good price. So I'm not going to complain too much about the Dylan. I had a feeling that it wouldn't be an original master, but I went ahead anyway. Gotta take a chance sometimes. Speaking of that, country, Charlie Pride. This somebody sent me as, and I always show these when they do, as packing material. So, sent that. And Our Best to You, a Columbia sampler album from the 60s. It's got Buckingham's The Birds, Crying Shame, Aretha, Moby Grape, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Peaches and Herb, some of the Garfunkel, Tremolos, and the Yardbirds. And neither one of these is in terrible shape, so for free, I'll always take free albums, and I'll always show them. The Best Coast EP, I never had it, and FYE's back to 50% off on their, at least at my store, in their Red Hot Deal bin. So I picked this up for about $7. Haven't gotten to it yet, but it's the only thing I'm missing by Best Coast. So I grabbed that. I realized the other day I didn't have any Sonny and Cher in my collection. So I found this, the best of Sonny and Cher. It's just a single. There is a double greatest hits that came out in Record Club only. But I picked this one up because it's the mono version. And it's in pretty nice shape. It plays really well. And as you can see, whoa, it's not in good shape anymore, folks. There you go. It's on the Adco mono label. And hopefully nothing happened to it. The perils of making videos, folks. Especially not making them sitting down. But that room is boring, so. Dale Watson, call me insane. I was a little disappointed in this. I heard him in a movie, actually, and I thought he'd be a little more rockabilly than he is. He's a bit too countryish for me, but he's still alright, and interesting man, so not sorry I got it, just not as good as I was hoping it'd be. Bought the Kill Bill soundtrack. One of my favorite movies, actually, is Kill Bill. And the reason I bought it is the Charlie Feathers, that Certain Female song. I just love that song, and can't get it anywhere, so pick that up. I saw this movie the other day, and I fell in love with it. I'm Not There, the original soundtrack to the I'm Not There film is what we have here. It's a film about Bob Dylan, but it's not about Bob Dylan. It's got 6 characters in it with 7 different phases of Bob Dylan's life. It's made like a 60s art film. So if you're into that, it's a good movie. But if you're not, you're looking for Bob Dylan bio, watch the Scorsese flick. No Direction Home, because you won't like this. But this is a 4-record set. Every song on it is a cover, except the last one is Bob Dylan. In the movie, it's split 50-50. But on the soundtrack, it's all covers except for one Dylan tune. And it's a 4-record set, and It is on blue vinyl. All 4 records. So, I think. No, it's not. It's on black vinyl. Excuse me there. It's on black vinyl. I couldn't remember. But it's got interesting people on it. Calexico's on there. Who else is on here? Eddie Vedder, Jim James, Sonic Youth, Richie Havens, Cat Power, John Doe, Yola Tango, Los Lobos, Jeff Tweedy. So it's really cool soundtrack actually. So I was pretty happy to get that. The first alarm clocks come back. Deadwax66 Randy recommended their second one and said this one isn't that great, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway because I did like the second one a lot, and he's right. It's not as good as the second one in no way, but it's still alright. And but look, if you guys are into garage and psych and all that stuff, and you don't know Randy Deadwax66, check his channel out. He shows some really great stuff and has a lot of knowledge. Alarm clocks. The time has come. And Steve, Flipside CT, recommended this basically to me in a video. And he's so right. This is the Rakes, put out by Sundance, Rakes Progress. Sewer Rat Love Chant. And I tell you right now that Steve Krikorian came up with that title. That's him right there. And Steve Krikorian changed his name later to Tony OK, who I absolutely love. Steve, you were dead on about that. And I found me a copy of this and really like it. It's interesting. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's early Tony OK. There he is. That's him there. I recognize him anyway. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of Tony OK, so thank you, Steve. I did not know that. I did not know anything about this, so awesome. And last but not least, another FYE 50% off. I was gonna get this last time and I didn't. Lucinda Williams, Down Where the Spirit Meets the Bone. It's a 3-record set, and I like her, but for me, you gotta be in a mood. But for about 22 bucks for this 3-record set, it was worth it. I kept the hype sticker here, and I normally keep things in shrink, but a 3-record set you kind of can't do that. And there's Lucinda there. I'm not gonna open this whole thing up, but I'll just drop it again. Okay, there we go for that. Mr. Bowie playing behind me. Again, just sad about him. There's a loss. There's an inexplicable hole. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Hope you're all doing well. Check out the podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com, and hope you're all doing great, and I am enjoying your videos. See you later.